द मास्टरमाइंड बिहाइंड द किलिंग। इन सब का ऑर्गेनाइजर है लॉरेंस बिश्नोई, उससे क्वेश्चनिंग कर रही है।
Cops confirm India Today news break. Bishnoi plotted Moosewala murder. Cops tighten noose on Bishnoi gang. Raids to nab 20 criminals and sharpshooters. Moosewala murder probe explodes.
India Today was the first channel to tell you the name of Lawrence Bishnoi 10 days ago, 3 hours after the killing in the Sidhu Moose Wala case. And now 10 days later, the Delhi police has validated our news break. It's what the entire media has been reporting since then and following our lead, because that's what we do when it comes to crime reporting, just like every other reporting that we do. He's taken the names now, and the Special Commissioner of Police of the Delhi Police Special Cell, HGS Dhaliwal, is going to be live with me in just a minute. The first channel that he's speaking to since his big press conference just a couple of hours ago, naming the killers of Sidhu Moose Wala. I'm Shiv Aroor. This is India First. The headlines at this time. Al-Qaeda dives into the Nupur Sharma prophet remark. Terror group threatens suicide attacks in Delhi, Mumbai, UP and Gujarat. Shocking revelation in Telangana gang rape. State government vehicle possibly used to rape the minor. Telangana Home Minister blames parents and mobile phones for the rape. 5-year-old child tied up and left on the roof of her house for not doing her homework in Delhi. The child screams, writhing in pain. Child rights panel promises action after India Today puts the spotlight on this shocking story. Teenager banned by his mother from playing PUBG, shoots her dead and hides her corpse in the house. A story that has sent shockwaves all across India. Reserve Bank of India hikes repo rate by 50 basis points to 4.9% amidst rising inflation. Second straight hike by RBI in 2 months. And I want to start by reminding all of our viewers that India Today's big news break on the day that Sidhu Moose Wala was murdered 10 days ago has now been confirmed by the Delhi Police Special Cell investigating the murder hours after Sidhu Moose Wala's gruesome murder on the Sunday before last. India Today was the first to break the news that there was a Lawrence Bishnoi gangster link to the entire killing. Well, 10 days later, the Delhi Police Special Cell has confirmed on record that Lawrence Bishnoi, as India Today had reported, is indeed the mastermind behind Moosewala's murder. Here is the evidence that India Today broke the news days before the confirmation that comes in today. It was on the Sunday before last, remember, that Lawrence Bishnoi news break was made here on India Today in the wake of the murder of Sidhu Moose Wala. And now, in a moment from now, I'll be showing you what HGS Dhaliwal, the Special Commissioner of Police of the Delhi Police, has just said, confirming that Lawrence Bishnoi was indeed the mastermind behind the assassination. A crime saga that has captured the attention of people all across the country and all across the world, broken first on India Today 10 days ago, is now confirmed by the Delhi Police. Take a look at what HGS Dhaliwal said.
हमारी टीम ने भी एटलीस्ट 5 लोगों का डेफिनेट जो एक है होना इस किलिंग में, उसका एस्टेब्लिश किया है. ही इज द मास्टरमाइंड बिहाइंड द किलिंग. कैसे किया वो वी विल नॉट बी एबल टू शेयर. तो महाराष्ट्र पुलिस से भी हमने कुछ इनपुट शेयर करी हैं. इनफैक्ट उनकी मुंबई पुलिस क्राइम ब्रांच की टीम भी हमारे स्पेशल सेल की टीम में जो मेन इन सब का ऑर्गेनाइजर है लॉरेंस बिश्नोई, उससे क्वेश्चनिंग कर रही है.
Sidhu Moose Wala was murdered on the Sunday before last, that is 10 days ago in Mansa in Punjab. Over the last 10 days, this has become a crime saga that is very much a gangster thriller. Lawrence Bishnoi, the notorious gangster who is in Delhi's Tihar jail, has been interrogated on a number of occasions, including today by the Mumbai police in separate connection to the death threat letters to Salman Khan. And just hours later, the Delhi Police Special Cell has confirmed on the record at a press conference that Lawrence Bishnoi, the man on the right-hand side of your screen, is indeed the mastermind behind the conspiracy and the killing of the Punjabi music superstar. Sidhu Moose Wala, 28 years old, was gunned down near his residence in Mansa in Punjab. And on India Today, this evening, we're very privileged and happy to be joined by HGS Dhaliwal. He's the Special Commissioner of Police of the Delhi Police Special Cell. Mr. Dhaliwal, good evening to you. Thank you for your time and for being with us here on India Today. First of all, sir, we commend the work of the Delhi Police and officers like yourself and the people of the Delhi Police for the difficult work in the wake of this crime that has been committed and the killing of Sidhu Moose Wala. Today you announced, sir, that it has been found that Lawrence Bishnoi is the mastermind. Can you detail that a little bit for us with whatever you can share about how this was finally arrived at, sir?
See, as you all know that Special Cell has been continuously working on all the organized gangs and some of very notable incidents which happened in Punjab in last 1 to 2 years, especially the killing of Vicky Middu Kheda, in which all the three main accused and especially the two shooters, Bolu and Lat, they were arrested by a team of Special Cell. And then there was very infamous killing of international kabaddi player called Sandeep Nangal Ambia. In that case also, Vikas Mahle was arrested by the team of Special Cell. So Special Cell is continuously working on all the organized gangs, whether they are creating something in Delhi or in any part of the country, in fact. So whenever any such thing happens, our teams are very quick to react and get into action. So when this killing happened, I immediately put, in fact, 4 of my teams on this task. And we thought this is very brazen killing and these perpetrators must be brought to justice at the earliest. In fact, the teams have done extensive groundwork, which we can't share all the details on this platform at this particular point of time. And in fact, it was the groundwork of this very one of our teams due to which we were able to identify at least 5 definite killers. In fact, some of the pictures which have been shown repeatedly in media were also part of the groundwork of one of our teams. And by working on this, we had already taken police custody remand of Lawrence Bishnoi because we had already arrested some of his earlier associates in different cases. And we had also arrested Kala Jathedi, we had taken Jaggu Bhagwanpuri on remand and also Naresh Sethi. So, and we have been working on all the gangs, in fact, this just to, give you a very brief glimpse. So, he already had admitted to his role as a mastermind and we were working on the shooters who were involved in the killing. And due to our extensive groundwork, we were able to zero down on a very close associate of one of the shooters who was involved in this incident. And we closely worked with Maharashtra police on this one. And, in fact, some of our teams also helped them in a very famous case of killing of Sanjay Bhayani, in which Nanded police made good progress in association with our teams and on the basis of those inputs. So continuing it forward, we have been able to give inputs which led to arrest of one of these shooters called Mahakal. And he has been arrested, and in fact he has been arrested in one of the Mokoka cases. In very desperate criminal is still on the run and there are warrants pending against him. And this Mahakal, who has been arrested, is also wanted in one of the murder cases of last year. And in Punjab also he committed some of the incidents on the instructions of Lawrence. So he's a good catch.
Mr. Dhaliwal, if you could throw some light, I know that a large part of this case has to be kept privileged because it's an ongoing investigation, sir. But, you know, there's been a huge amount of, curiosity about why Sidhu Moosewala himself was targeted in this manner. Because, you know, people know him to be a Punjabi superstar, singer, you know, not a gangster as such. But, you know, there are reports, we've also been reporting about the whole revenge angle, his manager who is sitting in Australia. Can you throw some light on that, sir? What did Lawrence Bishnoi say about the motive behind this killing? Why was Sidhu Moosewala targeted, sir?
See, it will be very unfair for us to, comment, beyond what our role is expected to be at this instance. We have a lot of inputs, we have a lot of information, but it will not be fair for us to comment on this one. But I can tell you our target is to bring the killers to justice as soon as possible and help the main agency which is investigating this case, that is Punjab Police. All these people will eventually be handed over, and we are just trying to ensure that we contribute our bit to bring these people to justice.
What is Lawrence Bishnoi's state of mind like, sir? It's very valuable for us to be speaking to someone like you who's come out and declared that he's the mastermind. What is his state of mind like in Tihar, in the wake of this crime that you have said that he is the mastermind of, he's the one who ordered it, sir?
See, state of mind, we can't really comment on this one. But he's not in Tihar, he's in police custody remand with special cell. And that remand at the moment is till Friday. And of course, Punjab Police will also be, taking him on police custody remand whenever they, want to have it. So at the moment, I can't really comment on his mental state. Our focus is not to really look at somebody's mental state, but to try to see if we can get the people who are involved in actual killing as soon as possible.
What is the Goldy Brar connection, according to you, Mr. Dhaliwal? Because he is known to be a Lawrence Bishnoi associate who's operating out of Canada. He's the one who actually came on record to take responsibility for the entire killing. Can you throw some light on that link, sir? Because there is an international element to all of this.
See, there is a definite element to all this, but, in all these cases, what happens is a lot of people take responsibility. There are claims and counterclaims, because this case investigation is with Punjab Police.
Yeah.
And I'm very conscious that, focus of our team should be to just catch these people or bring them to justice, whatever way is needed, and hand them to Punjab Police at the earliest. So that is our focus. Our focus is really at the moment not dwelling into nuances of the investigation of this case.
Just a last couple of questions, Mr. Dhaliwal. There has also been the Salman Khan angle to all of this. We do know that a team from the Mumbai Police Crime Branch is reported to have come to Delhi today to also, question Lawrence Bishnoi. Anything you can tell us about that, sir? Because this is in the wake of the threat letter written to Salman Khan and the whole Lawrence Bishnoi angle, considering that he had a few years ago, on camera, in fact, taken Salman Khan's name and threatened him, sir. Anything you can tell us about that?
Well, there was earlier definite conspiracy to, harm him, and that is pretty much in media also.
Yeah.
At this stage, this letter thing, I must honestly tell you, has not been focus of our efforts at all. And we have cooperated with Mumbai Police. The crime branch is here. They are interrogating him. And our team is just assisting them because that is main case being handled by Mumbai Police.
Is there any possibility of gang violence escalating in the wake of the killing of Sidhu Moosewala, sir? We've seen many gangsters of different rival gangs finger point at each other, which, like you said, may be common because there's a lot of claims and counterclaims that take place. Many Punjabi stars have come out and talked about a threat to them as well. Do you see a rise in, gangster activity and violence, over and above what has happened, or because of it, sir?
Well, I mean, it's like, we can't really comment what will happen in the future. But I think, Punjab Police and all other police forces, they're very competent and they are very capable of ensuring that there is no escalation. I think I really can't comment on it in the sense like what will happen in the future. As far as special cell is concerned, I can tell you that we are totally on it and we are doing our best to ensure that there is not only no escalation, but there is neutralization of any people indulging in brazen street crimes.
Just a last couple of questions, Mr. Dhaliwal, and we value your time. I wanted to ask you a question because you're the chief of the special cell of the Delhi Police. Since the murder of Sidhu Moose Wala, sir, there has been an effort by, these fringe Khalistani factions sitting abroad, sitting across the border, sitting in Canada, to try and, foment tensions, to instigate emotions, to try and whip up, Khalistani sentiments, etc., over Sidhu Moose Wala's death. Is that something that you are also looking at right now? Because it has been recognized as a threat in the past.
See, I mean, in any situation, there will always be some percentage of people in any community, in any religion or any populace composition who would try to, foment some trouble. So I can't particularly point at one angle. But I can tell you, I mean, whatever the challenges emanate, we will be able to very competitively meet them.
It looks like, and this is my final question, sir, it looks like, some arrests have been made. There are many others who are still out there. Is there a sense, I know this is a difficult, it's difficult to ever put a timeline on a complex investigation, sir, but is it possible to comment on how long it will take to, finish this case and get everyone who was responsible? Because there was talk that some of the killers or some of the people in the conspiracy may have tried to escape the country as well.
See, I mean, again, as just to reiterate, I mean, it's a case of which is mainly investigated by Punjab Police.
Yes.
See, my task and my mandate to my teams is to get the killers as soon as possible, whatever the way possible, right? I mean, according to the situation, and just bring them to justice. So as far as completing the case and proceedings, it is the mandate of the agency which is investigating. My mandate to my teams is very limited to the extent that we should bring the killers to justice as quickly as possible.
SGS Dhaliwal, I thank you once again for your time and for taking our questions. There's been a lot of curiosity and there can be no replacement from getting it straight from someone like you to settle down all the speculation on those complicated questions. Thank you very much, sir, for joining me here on India First. Thank you so much. India Today's news break on the day of Sidhu Moose Wala's cold-blooded murder has been confirmed, as you just saw. The Delhi Police Special Cell have revealed and declared that dreaded gangster Lawrence Bishnoi is indeed the mastermind behind the murder of Punjabi singer Sidhu Moose Wala on May the 29th. Here's a report decoding the details of the murder probe at this point and how it has built up since India Today's news break 10 days ago.
He is the mastermind behind the killing.
It's official. India Today's big news break has been confirmed by Delhi Police.
महाराष्ट्र पुलिस से भी हमने कुछ इनपुट शेयर करी हैं. इनफैक्ट उनकी मुंबई पुलिस क्राइम ब्रांच की टीम भी हमारे स्पेशल सेल की टीम में जो मेन इन सब का ऑर्गेनाइजर है लॉरेंस बिश्नोई उससे क्वेश्चनिंग कर रही है.
On Wednesday, Delhi Police addressed the media to say jailed Delhi gangster Lawrence Bishnoi had masterminded singer Moosewala's murder. It said that the high-profile murder case had been cracked and 5 more shooters had been identified in the killing of the famous Punjabi rap star. Delhi Police revelations come even as 6 teams of Punjab Police have fanned out to nab the attackers. According to Delhi Police, Moosewala was on the target of the Bishnoi gang since January 2022.
हमारी भी इंसिडेंट होने के बाद की इनपुट्स थी वो था कि इसमें एक बहुत ही बड़ी साजिश के तहत ये सारा वाकया हुआ है.
sensational details of the Moosewala murder plot have now come to light. Gangster Kekra, also known as Sandeep, had recce'd the area and informed shooters that Moosewala was moving without his security. He told the killers about the number of people travelling with the singer and that it was not a bulletproof vehicle. Punjab Police is now going all out to get Bishnoi gang member Goldy Brar, who is hiding in Canada. It has asked CBI to issue an Interpol Red Corner notice to enable his extradition. So far, 8 people who provided logistical support have been arrested by Punjab Police. The real shooters are still absconding. The manhunt is on in 4 states. Bureau Report, India Today.
Now let me recap for you and decode for you the revelations that have been made by the Delhi Police Special Cell. Revelation number 1, validating India Today's news break, that Lawrence Bishnoi is the mastermind behind the Sidhu Moose Wala murder. Revelation number 2, 5 more shooters have been identified by the police over and above the ones you've already heard about. Revelation number 3, 20 criminals, 8 sharpshooters played a key role in the killing. Revelation number 4, Sidhu Moose Wala has been on Lawrence Bishnoi's radar since January this year. So January is when the conspiracy started building up strength. Revelation number 5, the Pune-based killer Mahakal's aide has been linked to the murder, and you've just heard the Delhi Police Special Cell Chief HGS Dhaliwal detail that for us here on India Today. Let's go straight across to India Today's Amit Bharadwaj joining us live from Delhi. Amit, HGS Dhaliwal speaking exclusively to India Today, detailing the revelations that he made at that press conference earlier in the day. Lawrence Bishnoi declared as the big mastermind, but also very interesting, Amit, how he details that there are probably many more shooters and criminals linked to this entire conspiracy than what had once been believed. Probably about double or even triple the number of people involved.
Well, absolutely right, Shiv. And in fact, this also puts a stamp on the India Today's big news break after the Sidhu Moose Wala's murder on 29th of May. And today what we are learning from the Delhi police sources, and in fact you also heard just Mr. Dhaliwal, that dreaded gangster who is in Tihar jail, Lawrence Bishnoi, is the mastermind of the Sidhu Moose Wala killing, number 1. Number 2, Saurabh Mahakal, who is a Maharashtra-based gangster, has been already nabbed by Maharashtra Police and Delhi Police. It's a joint operation. The interrogation is going on. And Shiv, what is more important here is that we have learned from our sources that why Mahakal's arrest could, become a really turning point in the entire investigation. Now remember, this particular gangster, Mahakal, is someone who has been in close touch of Lawrence Bishnoi. He's someone who was a close associate of a confirmed killer of Sidhu Moose Wala. Now, what we have been told is that so far, whatever arrests have been made or whatever, people have been put on radar, were people who were closely associated with the murder. But the problem with such criminals are that they are given a target, a task, and they complete the task, and they do not have outside details of that particular case. But in this case, Mahakal's arrest could prove a crucial turning point because he's someone who has been associated with the gang, who has been working closely with the gang, and he's also a close associate of a confirmed shooter in Sidhu Moose Wala case. So he might have some extra detail, point of views, and about details about the larger conspiracy that Mr. Dhaliwal just confirmed speaking to India Today some time back.
And we're going to look at it very, very closely. Amit, thanks very much for that late night update. It's a story that is only getting started. It may seem like there was, a conclusory tone to what the Delhi police has said, but far from it. And they've confirmed to us that the investigation is gathering strength only now. Amit, thank you very much for that. The big Moosewala story continues to be our big crime focus right here on India Today. Thanks for watching. India First ends here.